everyone, Assalamu alaikum and have a good day. Hopefully you are all have a good day. Before start the lecture, I want to tell you that I need your full attention for this lecture because NFPA 72 is a very familiar code that has been used in every building and everywhere. That detection system we are installed, and it's a very important part of our fire protection and suppression system. So attention means that you guys are fully involved in this lecture. Some of guys I have previously experienced that they just join team meeting and after that they put their phone aside and just do their other works. And after that lecture, when we ask the question, they just silent and says just for not for knowledge, just for certification. So please try to understand and give me full attention, coordinate with me, ask me question. If you don't understand the word or what you lagging something, I can understand that we have a different nations guy here. I mean from Kenya, from Philippines, from Saudi Arabia. I'm also having some Pakistani guys and also some of Filipino guys and also from some Nepal. Okay, guys, this is a very crucial thing that we have to understand the language. So need your attention. Please thumb up if everyone is clearly listening me and are open your mic. You can say yes. Okay, good. Okay, thank you guys. Today's lecture is regarding NFPA 72, National Fire Protection Codes. Is 72 is a specially designed for application installation, maintenance, testing, and for spacing for the installation of detection system like heat detector, smoke detector, beam detectors, panels, stops, and each and everything. But we can learn everything in this lecture. So we are going to start with our first slide that has been made for introduce the lecture. What is introduction to the NFPA 72? It's a comprehensive NFPA 72 is a comprehensive standard developed by the National Fire Protection that outline the requirement for a fire alarm system, okay, including their application, installation, maintenance, and testing. It's an important resource for ensuring the safety and effectiveness of fire alarm system in various type of building and occupancy. As I have previously told you that this code is very special for us because it's used in every building, everywhere in our occupancies, premises, and also multi-story buildings. In this lecture, we learn that how we can learn. In this lecture, we can just focus on the spacing and the distance of installation of the detection system, I mean panels and detectors. Like you can see the slide that the key component of our detection system are heat detectors, smoke detectors, beam detectors, I mean all kind of detectors, control panel, manual call points, pull stations, strobes, and also the sounders. We can discuss on the spacing, the distance from roof and each and everything in this lecture. So we start from the heat detectors. That what is the purpose of? First of all, we have to know the purpose of heat detector. Why not the smoke detector? Why the heat detector? Because in some premises or some areas that we cannot utilize the smoke detector because of environmental condition. I mean, too much heat is there, some kind of vapor, some kind of steams there, like our open environment, like kitchens, garages. That's why if we install smoke detector, all time they might trigger false alarms. So we need heat detector on on these spaces, on these premises, on these locations. The distance of a detector to utilize is 15 to 50 based on the type of a detector utilized. Installation, the placement. Installation, the heat detector should be installed at a minimum 4 inch and maximum of 12 inch from the ceiling. You know that the installation of detector should be 4 inches to 12 inches in between, okay, from the ceiling, and also depend on the ceiling how much we have the height of the ceiling, okay. The distance is in between the detectors, okay, in between the detectors, and the placement is where we are going to install the detector. Purpose I already told you. Reference, I already lecture on this topic, especially that how we can read the references from NFPA codes. Importance of calculating spacing based on the room dimensions and ceiling height. This is a very important point also, okay. So it's depend on the spacing, is depend on the depend on the dimension of the building, like if it's a garage, how much the length of the garage, or what kind of area is have, what is his width, which is his size and his length size, like this. Smoke detectors. Maximum spacing is 30 feet from a part of smoke detector that we can install from 1 feet smoke detector to the smoke detector. Maximum is 30 feet distance. And it also depends on the area, what kind of area is, working a gallery or a room or a ICT room or a MEP store, like this, okay. Detector should be placed at least 3 feet away from doors and exit to avoid false alarm, okay. The distance of a smoke detector is 3 feet away from the open door or exit door that we are entering or going out, okay. And also if we are going to install it in some areas that we are working, I have a previous experience of MEP store. There was some kind of dust inside, so it's very important that we should install it away from the door, okay. Mount within 12 inch from the ceiling. Purpose, early detection of smoke to trigger timely alert. As references there, table 17.6.3.11. For irregular shaped areas, the spacing between detectors shall be permitted to be greater than the listed spacing, provided that the maximum spacing from detector to the furthest point of side wall or a corner within its zone of protection is not greater than 7.5 times the listed spacing. The listed spacing means we already has been listed, okay. What is fire alarm control panel, and where is the location to install the fire alarm control panel? For fire alarm control panel, I want to introduce you this. You can consider it like a small circuit that is like working as a CPU. Is receive the signal and send it back to the alarm and back to the strobe also, okay. Fire alarm control panel should be easily accessible and located in central area. Easily accessible means that should be in front of the person who is going to check or reset or going to know the area they are showing on the panel. So the location should be maximum 6 feet from surface, okay. And also the important is should be away from door, not it's near to install on the door, okay. And all switches, lamps and actuator display must be within range. All switches, broad switch, the ambient stop, and also the pull station should be like must be within the range. I mean near to the FACP. This should be in within the that range. The reference is here 10.10 for one purpose central hub of controlling and monitoring the system. This is the central hub that I already told you. This example that CPU, like CPU central hub that receives signal from detector and send it back to the control panel and control room, and also to stop and sounder for that there is something is going happening here, or they detect something from that location. Alarm control panel, manual call point. Manual call point. Manual call should be placed with an easy reach and visible reach. This is the item, this is the equipment that should be in access of every person and should be visibly located that everyone can easily access and pull it for in case of emergency. The operating mechanism must be 42 to 48 inches, okay, from the floor, and 5 feet or 1.5 maximum measured from each exit doorway from each floor. The away from exit doorway, okay. Reference is there. Purpose enable manual activation of the fire alarm system. Manually activation. This is manual. Okay, it's not auto system. If you can pull it, then the alarm raise and next raise procedure begin. Environmental strobe, it's like notificational device that is being used. It's with light and also with some kind of sound also. The bottom of the line must be 80 to 96 inches above the finished floor, and also depend on the floor in the height of the roof. 6 inch maximum for low ceiling. And I'm always talking about when we are talking about the height and talking about the height from a roof and height from the floor. So just remember, it's also depend on the height and dimension of that room or that area. So, but you have to consider the NFPA code reference that this 6 inch maximum for low ceiling reduction in coverage area. Okay, maximum from ceiling. Alert individually with hearing impairments. Okay, impairments also with light. Wall mounted sounder is audible notification device that has been used for announcement. The button is line must rise for announcement, some kind of sound also. Height. The bottom of the line must be 90 inches to 9 meters above the finished floor, measured to the top of the device, and 6 inch maximum from the ceiling, same as the strobe. Okay. Ensure alarm audibility access the area, across the area. I mean, this audio should be everywhere in the working principle that the staff is working. This audio should be covered all across the area. So everyone can aware that is what kind of audio question has been going on and what she's saying on it. Does anyone have a question? Please ask me. Yes, please, Sidran. Okay. Yes, fire alarm control panel, different kind of control panel we have. Yes. Different companies has installed and different types, and different, addressable. Yeah, it's totally different. Yes, addressable and addressable. Now asking about the difference between addressable and conventional alarm system. Okay, your question is out of the lecture, but no worry, I'm happy that you people have asked the question. Conventional system indicate the zone where the fire is detected. I mean, whenever we install the detection system, we distribute our all accommodation, our premises or our occupancy in different zones. Zone A, Zone B, Zone C, Zone F, like this. So when you are install a commercial system, that indicates the zone, in which zone the fire is detected. But another side, the addressable, the most advanced, the addressable is advanced than the conventional, and it also utilize that pinpoint of the exact device that this smoke detector has been given them a location that this smoke detector has been detect something and triggered the alarm. Okay. Addressable system use digital signal and binary codes to communicate device location, offering more size and retrievable information. If I can more brief you about the conventional fire alarm system, addressable system. Basically, zone-based conventional. If we are talking about the conventional fire alarm system, basically it's a zone-based. Right in the building into zone, I already told you that indicate the which zone is affected. The reason of conventional fire alarm system is, it's a limited device information we required for it. Simple wiring needed, no more critical wiring required for it, and it's also a cost effective because of the wiring is simple, limited devices you apply, so cost already would affect it. Very effective, and regarding this, and this is suitable for similar applications, while suited for similar buildings and application where special location information is not critical, like not the areas that has been with the flammable or combustible data has been installed there. As utilize the analog signal system. So this is about the conventional system, but addressable system is totally different than a conventional. It's a specific device. I already told you that it's detect the specific device, identify the exact device. Smoke detector, or anyone else, or someone, if someone pull the manual power point, so it's also it can detect the pinpoint of the device. Can accommodate large number of devices within the system, can use and digital signal, and 1 and 0 binary code is behind this, and ideal for the large application, more complex wiring, because it's using most of devices, that's way that wiring is complex. Obviously, if you are using more devices and more complex wiring, so cost should be high. But very, what can I say, is a good thing rather than the conventional. If you are utilizing in multi-story building and also some kind of area that has been installed combustible or flammable liquid.